As we all know, climate emergency, really important for all of us, and it's really important that we take action now. And I'm delighted to be here today because in April this year we launched our climate action framework. And what we're going to be doing today by showcasing this site and tracing what happens with waste from a site like this through one of our local partners, it really epitomises what our climate action framework is all about. We want to be net zero ready in 5 years' time. We want to be a carbon neutral contractor in 8 years' time, and we can't do that without our clients and our supply chain working with us. So it's a real fantastic story.
106 homes, I think it's 83 houses and 23 flats. It's been a derelict site for a number of years, an old school site. Really exciting for Nottingham City Homes to see sort of Woodhead starting on this site and making some new homes for the people of Nottingham. 8,000 people on our waiting list at the moment, so 100 homes, it's a small amount for those people, but it's going to make a big difference for local families.
Now I'm really excited about this bit. I hear our statistics. We recycle 98% of our waste from sites just like this, and I've always wondered, well, how exactly do we do that? Well, today we're going to find out. We're going to trace this skip lorry here, follow it to the recycling facility and have a tour and find exactly how it is done.
I think the council's got an ambition to be carbon neutral by 2028. Our corporate plan at Nottingham City Homes likewise has got some targets there that we need to be hitting. It's important for our tenants, for lower energy bills and such like that, and for us to do our bit for the planet, working in partnership with people like Woodhead and Enva. It seems silly for materials to come 100 miles down the motorway. Let's keep it local from a materials point of view, a labour point of view, and sort of jobs for local people as well.
Just on this side, what sort of typical kind of waste?
So from this point of the construction, all we're really sort of getting that's going away to Enva at the moment is timber off guts, which we're getting a lot. Obviously the joinery packages are just starting to come to fruition. The only other materials that we've got at the moment is the site one materials, which we're reusing all at 100% of the topsoil for the rear gardens.
Okay, so now this is where it gets really exciting, well, at least for me anyway, because we're going to put these two pieces of timber that have been colour coded into this skip, and we're going to trace their journey through Enva's recycling facility. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens to the waste that we put in these skips.
As the waste vehicles arrive on site, they will first pull onto the weighbridge. Predominantly then the material is sorted with a grab. They will take the recovery out of the material that's been tipped, and that will then get pushed up into the shed. At that point we load it into the plant, we put it through the processing plant, and we will take out all the recoverables that we can, so the brick, the hard core, out the UPVC, and then the rest of the process is automated through the plant, so it's a mechanical means then of splitting out the rest of the material. So we are, through the recycling plant we're going to look at, we can process in the region of about 3,000 tonne a week.
Can you just talk us through what's happened so far from when we dropped into the hopper to what's coming up from there belt now?
In the shed we loaded the material into the hopper, it then comes up into the trommel, and that is basically to take out the fines out of the material for us. We screen up to a 40mm size screen to recover the fines. The last part of the trommel then takes us into a 40 to 140 size fraction size, so we're splitting that out from the oversize, and then both those lines then feed up into a wind shifter, and the wind shifter is basically an air knife that sits underneath the conveyor belt and blows all the light waste material off. And it's that light waste material that then goes into SRF, which is a solid recovered fuel, and that goes off into fossil fuel displacement, so it's burnt in cement kilns. So all the heavies, after the wind shifter, all the heavies drop onto the conveyor belt. That feeds up into the pick station, and our team of pickers will then take off any wood, any non-ferrous metals, any valuable metals like that. They will take off any rubbish so we can get a clean hardcore recovery. And all the hardcore then drops off into the bay at the end of the line, and the mag belt recovers all the ferrous metal for us. And then as and when required, the loading shovel will come and empty the bay. They will transfer that up into our wood yard, where we will shred that material down into a 40-50mm size wood chip.
So the end material from here will go to further processors, for example, Enva wood. So we have a wood processing plant up in Manchester, which will produce either an animal bedding or a grade of wood for chipboard, etc. going forward.
Enva are delighted to have been a supply partner of Woodhead for over a decade and continue to work in strategic partnership on incentives such as the Green Apple Award and excellence schemes like Consider It Constructors. So a pre-site waste audit is something that's conducted at the beginning of a project. It's essentially to ensure that a sustainable waste management plan is put in place. So ultimately this is to reduce the impact on the environment by minimising the construction waste in the first instance.
In terms of being proud for the site, for me, I don't think people realise how hard we work to create such quality off-take product at the end product. And as such, working with our customers such as Robert Woodhead and their clients such as Nottingham City Homes, their positivity really drives our business forward. And we're really looking forward to strengthening that partnership towards this journey of a decarbonised journey.